Now turn up.
What's up, gorgeous people? This is Amber's DIY and other stuff. My name is Amber Meeks. Today's Let's Talk Tuesday, and on this video, I'm going to talk about Heelless heels. You guys know how much I love the Heelless heel. I think that it is one of the most sexiest shoes on the market, and honestly, it's one of the most comfortable pairs of shoes that you can buy. I know a lot of you guys look at those heels and think there is no way I can walk in those. I would fall flat on my face, blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm going to explain to you as best as I possibly can how comfortable these shoes actually are to walk in. So without further ado, let's jump into this thing. Okay guys, so I did a video a while back explaining pretty thoroughly what it's like to walk in the Heelless heels, explaining the design of the heels and all of that kind of stuff. So if anybody's interested in that video, I will have it linked in the description box below. But I just wanted to do a quick refresher on what it's like to walk in shoes like this because my girl Sheila over at Face and Fashions just got a pair of the Heelless heel shoes from a company called Shiekh. It's a company where I get a lot of my shoes from lately, but nonetheless, she did buy a pair from there. She opened them up on her channel and then she walked in them for the first time with you guys in the video. It was really cool to watch and definitely cool to see, and I know it might have inspired some other people to get a pair of shoes like this. And I would highly encourage that you do so because honestly, guys, they're not as daunting as they look. I say this all of the time. The design is just brilliant in my opinion. For example, if you can walk in this is a standard wedge, guys. This is a standard wedge shoe. If you can walk in this shoe, you can definitely walk in this shoe. Guys, they are very, very similar into the look and the feel of the shoe. Okay, maybe not so much the look, but let me explain what I meant by that when I said as far as the look and the feel of the shoe goes. So if you take a look at this shoe here, let's look at the bottom. That's where I like to focus. So from here to here, this is what I consider to be walking space, okay? So this is how much walking space you have for your shoe. So your foot is filling this whole shoe up, right? So that you can walk in it. Well, let's take a look at the Heelless heel. Guys, you have on the bottom from here to here. That is almost the same walking space as here. Almost. Okay, not quite, but we're not, we're just shy. Okay, guys, look at how close that is. So that's the best way that I can explain it. Don't get all caught up in the fact that you have negative space here. That means nothing. When you're wearing heels, your foot is forced forward, right? So all of your weight is resting right here anyway. So this whole part here could be missing and you don't need it. You really don't need it, guys. It's just there. You know, I guess it might make some people feel better, but honestly, this shoe, when I put it on, feels very similar to this shoe. So that's why I keep telling people, if you can walk in this, you can walk in this. Now, they have different heel heights for shoes. So if you don't normally wear a 6-inch heel, don't buy a 6-inch heel. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to walk in these shoes and you prefer like a 3 or a 4-inch heel, they do sell these kinds of shoes in those heel heights. So I would suggest that you get whatever heel height it is that you're comfortable walking in because that is going to feel very similar to your regular standard wedge shoe. So let me just show you another example just for argument's sake. This shoe here. If you can walk in this is just your chunky standard heel. This has a plat on it. I like all of my shoes to be at least 6 inches. I believe this one's about 6 inches. If not, it's a 5.5-inch heel. And then we have what? Like a 2.5-inch plat or something like that. So nonetheless, if you can walk in this chunky wedge shoe, you can also walk in this shoe. Now, this shoe here is a little bit different from the Heelless heel that I just showed you. But again, putting these shoes on feel very similar, okay? This actually feels more similar to the wedge shoe that I showed you than the chunky heel. But if you take a look at these two Heelless heels, there is a definite difference in them. This looks more dramatic, right? But let me explain why they both feel exactly the same when you're walking in them. The reason why is because if I put this shoe down so I don't knock them all over, look. You have the same amount of walking space, guys. It's the same as the other shoe that I just showed you. Let me grab it and let me show it to you. Look, actually, it looks like you have more walking space than you have with this shoe here. So this shoe, although it's sloped in a little bit more, this kick on the end is giving you some additional security. Now, let me just tell you something. I bought several shoes in this exact design, okay? And for whatever reason, maybe they were just poorly made. I mean, I don't like to spend a lot of money on my shoes. That's entirely possible. But this part right here, it broke off. Now, it did break off when I was pregnant with my son. Yes, I wore shoes like this the entire pregnancy. We'll get into that in another video. Nonetheless, it did break off when I was pregnant with my son. But when I found out, I didn't need it. So I just broke the other one off the other heel, and they were perfectly comfortable just like that. And that's how I wore them. They were still super comfortable. And honestly, guys, they felt even better than when they had this kick on the end, in my opinion. Guys, these shoes are super, super comfortable to walk in. They come in various different styles. Now, I also have this style here, which is one of my favorites. This is such a sexy shoe. I love this shoe. I got lucky and found this shoe on eBay. They had two pairs. They had a black and this tan color. I got both pairs. I actually repaired them in a video, but as you can see, the paint that I put on the bottom came off, but at least the tread's still really good, so I'm not going to worry about that. But nonetheless, this shoe is Tony Shoes is what it's called. And it's a metal circle heel. Guys, I love this shoe. This shoe is so incredibly comfortable. They didn't have, at the time I wore a size 5.5. They didn't have it at 5.5, but I wasn't going to pass them up. They were $40 a pair, and I bought both pairs because I loved them that much, and they were that hard to find. But trust me, guys, my foot fits in there just fine. Even still, that I'm a size 6, I still make it work. I love this shoe. It's one of my favorites. Nonetheless, walking in this shoe feels exactly the same as walking in the other two pairs that I showed you. This is just another design, a kind of a style of the heelless heel, and then they have this dramatic circle effect, making it look like it'd be hard to balance. It's not at all, guys. This feels just like a regular wedge shoe to me, and I can't stress that enough. So if you guys can walk in wedges, you can definitely walk in these. If you guys walk in regular heels, do I have a regular heel here? No, I don't, because the one I'm about to show you is not regular. But nonetheless, if you can walk in a regular stiletto heel, you can definitely walk in those heelless heels. So let me show you a couple of other styles. So this is going to get a little bit more dramatic, and not everyone can walk in shoes like this. I'm not going to sit here and tell you can walk in every single heelless heel. No, get the size, that heel size that you normally wear, and yes, you can definitely walk in them. Okay, don't buy 6-inch heels if you don't normally wear 6-inch heels and expect to be able to run a marathon in them. You're not going to be able to, guys. If you normally wear a 3 to a 4-inch heel, then stick in that range. And a lot of these places don't advertise heel heights. You just kind of have to look at the shoe and guess. I do that a lot, and I'm wrong a lot, but you know, whatever. I'll wear whatever. It really doesn't matter. So nonetheless, here is a more extreme style of the heelless heel. And no, not everyone can wear these. So I have this pair right here. Now this is definitely more extreme. So this is a 7.25 inch heel. From here to here is 7.25 inch heel. It slips and it has this kick on the end. To be honest with you guys, I almost wish it didn't have this kick on the end because I feel like it gets in my way. I did buy a couple other pairs of shoes with this very similar design that was just like this, and they were boots. And I can tell you right now, I would highly suggest the boots over this Mary Jane style any day of the week. This one's a little bit harder to walk in because you only have the security of this strap, and this is a heavy shoe, guys. This is a pretty heavy shoe, so I feel like I need more security than just this one strap. Like another strap would definitely help. I feel like my foot's going to come out of the shoe because it's so heavy for me to walk in these shoes. But again, this pair wouldn't be for everybody, and I wouldn't suggest it for everybody. But it is a comfortable heel to walk in. I'm just saying. Overall, it's comfortable, but it is a heavy shoe. So my thought on showing you this one is if you can walk in these. This is also, I think it's a 7.5 inch heel from here to here. If you can walk in these, then you can definitely walk in these. All right. It's actually easier to walk in this one than it is this one. I'm just saying. I know this one looks like it should be easier. Maybe not to some of you, but it's actually not. I love this heel. This is so super cute. I love me a clear heel. I actually ordered a bunch of clear heels coming very soon from Shiekh. So you're going to see hauls with the clear heels coming up very soon. I love them. I think that they're so super cute. I know that everybody considers that a stripper shoe. Actually, when I searched for these, I punched in stripper shoes because I think they're super cute. No, I'm not a stripper, but I like their shoes. I'm just saying. All right. So another example is if you can walk in these, this is a 7.25 inch heel. You can also walk in these. Okay, guys, these are definitely not for everybody. This is a very extreme heelless heel. This is an 8-inch horse hoof heel, so you only support and walking space that you have is at the very front here. This is where all of your weight is balancing. And no, these aren't for everybody, but I do find them comfortable. And most people who wear very high heels like this could definitely pull these off. Now, it is an adjustment because you can't get caught up in the fact that there's no heel here. Okay, don't get caught up in that and you'll be totally fine. I got caught up in that when I first put these shoes on, so my walk wasn't as good as it should be. And then when I got out of my own head and just realized, just lean back on it, Amber. It's a shoe. Just wear it like you would any other shoe. I was totally fine. So I actually have a video of me walking in these shoes. That was literally, I think, my second or first video that I posted on YouTube ever was me walking in a pair of these shoes. I even went up the steps and down the steps, didn't use the rail, all of that fun stuff. I love these shoes. I do find them very comfortable. I wear them quite often. I have one other pair that is just like this, that is a Mary Jane style, but this pair is by far more comfortable than the Mary Jane style heel because, again, the support of the lace up is, you know, big, huge. All right. So in a nutshell, guys, walking in heelless heels is very similar to walking in a wedge heel for most styles. That style I just showed you, no, that doesn't feel like a wedge heel at all to me. So, I mean, it's definitely not for everybody. So if you're used to walking in a more extreme type shoes like these, then you could definitely walk in these. Okay, so that's the best examples that I can give you guys. So in a nutshell, the heelless heel shoe does feel very similar to a wedge style shoe. So if you can walk in the classic wedge, then you can most definitely walk in a heelless heel that would be like this and roughly the same heel height inch that you're used to walking in. Okay, so please don't get all caught up in that, guys. Get a pair. If you think that they're super cute, you like them, you like the style, you can totally walk in them. Just do not get all caught up in the fact that there's no heel in the back. Just walk like you would in any other pair of shoes, and I promise you, you'll be just fine. All right, guys, that's all I got for you in this video. If anybody has any questions about the heelless heels or heels in general, I am not a heel expert, but I always feel like I should be because I do own, I don't know, a little over 500 pairs of shoes. And the reason why I always stay at that range, even though I buy more pairs of shoes, is because every time I buy shoes, I do give a lot away. So that kind of keeps my collection right at the 500 mark because as I'm getting more pairs in, I'm also putting more pairs out the door. So that's the best I can explain why my collection always stays around 500 pairs. But nonetheless, I will have a video coming up. I don't know when. I'm not going to promise when, but it'll be at some point, maybe in the summer, maybe in the fall, of me trying on literally every single pair of shoes that I own. So that should be a really fun video to make, but I'm definitely going to do it because I think it would be really fun for you guys to see my entire collection. All right, guys, like I said, if anybody has any questions about heels, please feel free to ask. I do know a lot about heels. I've walked in almost every single style. There is only one style of shoe, one pair of shoes that I own out of all the 500 pairs that I have that I am not able to walk in to this day. And that, guys, I should get it for you. I really should. Hold on one second, and I will show you the shoe. Okay, guys, so sorry about that, but I didn't realize I was going to mention these shoes in the video, so I didn't have them out, and then I decided to mention them, and now I got to show them to you guys. So, out of literally every single pair of shoes that I've ever bought, there is only one pair, and it is this pair here that I have not been able to walk in. You guys ready? Here they are. These are the only pair of shoes that I own that I cannot walk in. This is what is called a ballet stiletto. So this is like a 7.5-inch heel on point shoes. That's literally what it is. So they're ballet style shoes. So your foot would go in and it would literally be like this in there. And then you have this stiletto. Now this here, guys, I mean, you know what that's about. I'm just saying most people don't buy these shoes to walk in them. I do. I want to be able to walk in every single pair of shoes that I own. Well, this pair, I'm still struggling. I will probably do a video at some point showing you guys, you know, how I walk in them right now, which is not sexy, not cute at all. I definitely need a lot of work in my walk. Hoping that I can perfect that and someday maybe wear these in public. I don't know. I get a lot of looks with all the shoes that I wear all the time, but I think that these would be a whole new level. Super fun, right? Nonetheless, guys, that is the only pair of shoes that I own that I am not able to walk in. As for the heelless heels, you guys can walk in those too. Anybody who gets a pair, please show me pictures, link the videos. I would love to see everybody walking in a pair of shoes like this because it is far easier than you guys think. That's all I got for you guys in this video, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye! This is Amber's DIY and other stuff. My name is Amber Meeks. Today is Let's Talk Tuesday, and I'm boom. Why am I blinking like Christmas? Should I leave it like that? But it's like Christmas. I don't know. Is it distracting? I don't know. How do I fix it? I don't know. Let's try it again. I don't like it. I don't like it. My name is Amber Meeks. Today is Let's Talk Tuesday, and on this video, I'm going to share with you some... What? How do I want to say this? All right, let me think for a second. My name is Amber Meeks. Today is Let's Talk Tuesday, and on this video, I'm going to share with you some... I don't want to say it like that. How do I want to say it? No, that's how I want to say it. Okay, hold on. I feel that it looks super sexy. It is really comfortable to walk in, and I don't know what to say after that. Okay. And just explaining how they're structured and how they are to walk in and how yep, boom. I explained very thoroughly how they work and how they are to walk in and all that kind of stuff. I would definitely link that video. And I explained very thoroughly in that video how the Heelless heels work, how they're structured, and how they feel like when you're walking in them. But I thought that my camera went off. That's what I thought. Okay, hold on. That explains pretty thoroughly what the Heelless heels are like to walk in and how, darn. Okay. How they're structured and what it feels like when you're walking in shoes like that. I will link that video in the description. And I'm going to try to explain as best as I can in a short amount of time as I can in this video today. I screwed it up. But I thought I would go ahead and do a refresher video because my girl Sheila over at Face and Fashions. Why can't I say her channel? We'll definitely have it linked in the description box below, but I thought I would do a refresher on that video because my girl Sheila over... Okay, I'm like stuttering. I can't. Okay. It's a company that I've been getting a lot of my shoes from lately, and she went ahead and bought a pair of the Heelless heels, and she walked on them on her channel. Yeah. Hold on. So this is the only pair of shoes that I own, that I bought, that I am not able to confidently walk in. You guys ready? Here they are! What fell? That like ruined everything. Hold on. Okay guys, so why do I feel so weird? Okay, try it again. So this is a 7.5-inch heel on a ballet, like a point shoe type. How do I say it?